Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. This is just like a weekly weigh-in and there's something else I wanted to discuss with you as well. That's why I'm doing a video. I did say I would only do a community post just showing a picture of my weight, seeing how I've got on. But that was something else I wanted to discuss with you. It doesn't really concern the channel, just me in my private life, and I just thought, hey, why not discuss it? This is what I'm trying to get this channel about my life and my updates and everything, and this is part of it. So, the first thing is my diet. So, how's it going? I think I've had an okay week. I had a takeaway last night. Oh, I had a kebab. Naughty me. However, I weighed myself and I've lost again. Yeah, I'm so happy. Actually, I've lost 4.5 pounds. Now, that might not be accurate because it's 4.5 pounds. I've been eating. Like, that's what you'd lose if you weren't eating. I have been. So I've been, like I said in a previous video, my flooring in my flat, it's not uneven, like you can't see it's uneven, but I put my scales in one place in the room and they're one weight. I take them to another part of the room and it's a different rate, so I don't know why that is. I presume, and I'm putting it down to the floor. So I've just gone with the lowest weight. That's what I'm going to do. So I've lost 4.5 pounds. So I was 27 stone 2 pounds. I'm now 26 stone 11.5 pounds, I believe. I can't remember it by heart, but I think that's accurate. I'll post a picture anyway. So I'm really happy. 4.5 pounds. We'll just go with 4.5 pounds. It probably isn't as much as that, and maybe next week it might be. I might not lose as much because it could be the genuine weight. I just don't know. That's the thing with my weight. It's tough. Maybe it's because I am so big that the scales just can't. They can't tell how much I weigh. And something else has happened this week. Now, it might not seem like a good thing, but I'm seeing it as a good thing. So, yesterday, I actually quit my job with Transport for London. So if you don't know, I work for TfL or Transport for London. I'm in charge of creating letters and communicating with people who have written in to us to argue a penalty they've got. So if you don't know, if you're not from London or from the UK, if you drive in London, in the centre of London, you have to pay a fee each day for driving in there. It's £12.50. So my job is to look at the letters, decide an outcome and send it back. And it was a temporary position. My contract actually runs out in 3 weeks' time. So I'm not leaving it to, actually I think it's 4 weeks. 4 weeks time, it's like the first week of March. However, I decided to quit because it was just unbearable to work there. I work from home and the job itself isn't that bad, but my boss, my team leader, was a monster, and I've been wanting to leave for like 3 or 4, well, I was going to say 3 or 4 weeks before Christmas, way before Christmas, like within like the first 2 weeks, because what I did was, when I first joined, it was a real boring job. It was like looking at the license plates and just matching them up. So you just say, yeah, it matches. If it doesn't, you change the VRM. And I would do that, and then that was what the job was for, what I applied for. And then within a month, less than a month, I was actually promoted to the ladders because I was hitting all my targets. And my team leader hated me. Well, it wasn't me personally, I don't think anyway. It was everyone knew that I was joining her. So she started working there about 2 years ago, and near enough everyone on her team currently started out at the same time as her, so they have a bond. And there's around 25 people, including the team leader, in the group, and about 20 of them have been there with her. So there's kind of like 4 spots. Each team has 25 people, including the team leader, so 24 workers. And what they have to do is obviously what a team leader does: help, support. She didn't do that with me. She didn't do that with anyone who worked there. I started, there was 40 of us, and then 3 of us were invited to do this, and then I was the only one that remained after 3 weeks. Like, one left after 3 weeks, the other left after 4 weeks. It was horrendous. Like, she didn't care, she didn't help, she didn't support. She would always go on at us with timekeeping, because we have KPIs, meaning targets. So we have to, each letter we do creates to the amount of time we have to do to create the letter. So if we say no, you can't have the penalty reversed, you have to pay. It's a reject, and you get 20 minutes for that letter. If it's an accept, you have around 11 minutes, and then there's 8 or 9 different variations. Now, I used to hit the targets every single day. There wasn't a day I didn't hit a target. However, all throughout the day, she would comment on Teams, the group chat, saying, "You're at this point. Why are you at this percentage? Why haven't you done more? Why haven't you done more? Let's go." And she didn't do it with anyone else. And she would always have a go at me. So we create around 30 letters a day, and around 7 or 8 of them go to quality. So that's a team who looks over all the letters and decide if it's good enough to send. And I didn't get one quality back, which was amazing. Meant they were all good that they saw. Yeah, near enough all the quality items that were sent there, my team leader would then come back to me and say things that were wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with the letters. And she would always say, "Okay, you shouldn't have put in this paragraph, or you should have put in that paragraph." But the letter gave to us didn't include any of that information. And we were told, you're not supposed to put anything in the letters that isn't discussed in the correspondence from the person that contacted us. And there was always something having a go. She would always say, "Okay, you have to clock on at 8 a.m. I clocked on around 7:55 and that. Other people, 7:50. And she would always have a go at me for signing in too early. Ridiculous. No problem with anyone else. We would also have, we basically have codes for each letter that's written to us, and each day it's in the pile. It gets more urgent because obviously it's been there for a lot longer. And it doesn't mean that it's in my personal pile just since it's arrived to us and it's been in the system. And every time it's assigned to me, you'd get a notice from her saying, "Okay, here are like the day 10s, day 8s. When you get to day 10, it's a little bit more urgent." I didn't get many of them, but when I did, even when it was like day 6, day 7, my team leader would say, "Why isn't this done? Do this ASAP. You need to do your job." And I was like, what the fuck? I'm doing it. There were people with like 30 days, and she didn't mention anything to them. anyone that's on her team. And I was like, do you know what? I've had enough of this, and I wanted to stay, but I wanted to move to a different department because there was other departments I was interested in. There was like a quality department where they'd look over the letters and make decisions. There's a team where they get the letters in the first and decide what group, because there are 6 groups to put the letters in, and I would like to be part of that, or maybe something a bit senior. And she was like, okay, is this what you want to do when your contract is up and if you're invited to stay? And I said, yeah. And she would not have anything to do with it. She would not allow me to stay on. If I ended up staying, I knew that I would not be offered a permanent place with Transport for London, because my team leader needs to give a good feedback. She was like, she kept going on as well that I took time off work because of COVID. Like, I took just over 2 weeks off, and I mean, I literally couldn't get out of bed. Like, it was awful. And she was just like saying, well, that's going to go against you. And she wouldn't give me any good recommendations. Presumably, like, I don't know that for a fact. She didn't say that, but I knew that she wouldn't. And I was thinking to myself, well, if you don't want me here, just send me to a different department. It's easy. So I'm now currently unemployed. Oh! I'm having mixed feelings. On one side, I'm like, I'm so nervous. Oh my god, am I ever going to get a job again? And then my second part is like, I'm so happy to be unemployed right now, if it meant putting up with her shit. Sometimes, mentally, your mental mind comes first. And for me, I just couldn't take it anymore. So that's why I decided to leave. Now, I actually do have 2 job interviews lined up in a couple of weeks, which I'm really happy about. And that also leads me to another thing while I'm at it. I wasn't going to discuss this, but I thought, why not? I've decided what my plan is going to be. My plan is going to be to find a new job, work until just after Christmas, something like that, maybe a year. I've already learned about this organisation called Worldpackers. It allows you to apply for jobs in either like hostels or like farm work, like painting and decorating, DIY stuff, catering, bartender, cleaning, cooking, washing up, making the beds, greeting customers, being out in nature, planting stuff, whatever. It's approximately like 25 hours a week. I mean, each one is different, and that's 100 to 100. It's worldwide as well. And I was, if you don't know, I want to travel, and this is what I was planning to do to start off with. So I thought, why not just do it in the UK? Why not do it where I'm from? And I don't need to save that much money, and I can just be free and just literally live how I want to live. So what they offer is you do a certain amount of work for them each week. So like approximately it's around 25 hours over 5 days, and you do that for free. So free, you don't get any money for it, but in return you get a place to stay. So like a bunk bed in like a hostel, like in a dorm room, and you get free meals, although some offer less, but you can just, if you really love your food, you can apply just to see choices for them free dinners, breakfast, lunch and dinner. So that's what I did, and there are so many in England and Scotland and Wales, and I was thinking, let's just apply for that. I was really, oh my god, this is what I want to do. I was really excited. I thought this is a great way to get into the travel thing that I want to do, and I thought, oh, let's just go now. Let's just throw everything away, get a backpack. Reality, I can't do that simply because of my weight and my back. like if you don't know, I have a curved spine at the bottom, which is due to my weight, and I get a lot of pain when I'm standing up and walking, so it's not going to be good for me, and that will go away when I lose the weight. So I thought, let me get a job, do it for a year, save up as much as I can, even if it's only like £3,000. Like, that's doable, and I could travel a lot in the UK with that amount of money. I'm really happy about the future. I'm so relieved right now. It's like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders because I'm no longer at that company anymore. I think if you have a good team leader, that job could have been really good. Like, I could have really enjoyed working there, because I didn't like the job at first. I was hating it, but the more I was getting to know the job and I was getting quicker and understanding more, I was enjoying it a lot more. It's just a case of my manager. So that's what I said. So overall, £4.5 lost, I think. So it's not £4.5. It shows it on my scales, but I haven't lost £4.5. I've eaten way too much to lose that. But I'm going to go with it until next week, which I'm sure it goes back up to 27 to show the real weight. So anyway, if you stuck with me throughout this video, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. In terms of Eurovision, I've already planned a new series. I'm going to start creating the videos this weekend. And there's like 3 or 4 in the series. I don't think I've seen it on YouTube, so that's good. And reactions, yeah, I'm unemployed right now, so there's no excuses for me not to start these reaction videos. The only thing that's stopping me is I created a couple of videos and I watched back and it was really crackly. Seeing me, my camera, it was jolty, like that. And I don't know why that is, and I'm really worried that that's going to continue, and I'm not going to be able to do any. That's what I'm really afraid about. Right now, I'm on my editing software, recording this video, sitting on my couch. So this isn't what I normally do. Normally I have a PC to look at. This is my laptop. Anyway, that's enough for me. Ready? That's a long time to look at my. I don't think there's anyone that's watching this right now. But anyway, if you have, thank you so much. Like always, have an amazing weekend. It's Friday. And yeah, stay safe. Look after yourself. Please. Bye bye.